Some songs aren't content with just sounding good. They crash into the music world like a meteor, rewriting the rules and reshaping the soundscape forever.
So won't you please be my
Today, we'll journey through 15 unforgettable anthems that didn't just make history, they changed it.
He blew his mind out in a car.
Leaving an impact that still reverberates through generations. 1. More Than a Feeling by Boston, 1976. When Boston unleashed More Than Feeling in 1976, they redefined what hard rock could be. This wasn't just a radio-friendly hit. It was a masterclass in studio precision, almost entirely crafted in Tom Scholz's basement. Scholz painstakingly layered shimmering guitars, multi-track vocals, and intricate arrangements, creating a massive, polished sound previously unheard in the genre. It shattered the raw, blues-based conventions of the time, proving that meticulous production and pop accessibility could coexist and dominate, paving the way for arena rock.
2. I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles, 1963. Before psychedelic experiments took over, the Beatles' I Want to Hold Your Hand delivered a pure, unfiltered pop explosion in 1963. More than a catchy melody, it marked the official start of the British invasion in America. Penned by Lennon and McCartney, its infectious energy, tight harmonies, and irresistible structure sold over 1 million copies before even hitting U.S. shelves, unheard of for a foreign band, and forever shifted how the American music industry viewed British rock. 3. Be My Baby, The Ronettes, 1963.
So won't you please be my
Then came that legendary drum intro, Hal Blaine's beat that launched the Ronettes' Be My Baby into pop immortality. More than a hit, it was Phil Spector's wall of sound at its finest, layer upon layer of instruments forming an emotional tidal wave. Ronnie Spector's vocals, both tender and fierce, defied the era's passive female archetypes. It wasn't just adored by fans. Brian Wilson famously declared it the greatest recording ever made.
4. Like a Rolling Stone, Bob Dylan, 1965. July 1965 brought Bob Dylan's Like a Rolling Stone, a track that didn't just bend the rules, it obliterated them. Clocking in at over 6 minutes, it was a nightmare for radio programmers, yet they couldn't resist. With Al Kooper's unforgettable organ riff, played after sneaking into the session, Dylan's biting delivery, and lyrics dripping with sarcasm, it became an anthem of alienation and freedom. It redefined what rock lyrics could say and how brutally they could say it. 5. The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel, 1965. Originally a little-heard acoustic ballad, The Sound of Silence was reborn in September 1965 when producer Tom Wilson secretly overdubbed electric guitar, bass, and drums without Simon and Garfunkel's consent. The gamble paid off. This haunting reimagining topped the charts, marking a turning point from folk to folk rock. Its use of silence as a storytelling device was groundbreaking, and its placement in The Graduate immortalized it as a defining sound of the 60s. 6. My Generation by The Who, 1965. October 1965 saw The Who's My Generation hit the airwaves, a battle cry from disillusioned British youth. With Roger Daltrey's stuttering vocals, distorted bass, and one of rock's earliest bass solos, it sneered at societal norms. The defiant line, "Hope I die before I get old," became a generational rallying cry, challenging both culture and the limits of popular music. 7. Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys, 1966. Brian Wilson's 1966 masterpiece, Good Vibrations, was dubbed a pocket symphony for a reason. Built in fragments over 6 painstaking months and stitched together through a radical new technique, modular recording, it moved through shifting sonic landscapes, from delicate to explosive. Featuring the eerie electro-theremin and costing an unprecedented $50,000, it wasn't just a hit, it was a leap into the unknown, forever expanding what a pop song could be. 8. A Day in the Life by the Beatles, 1967.
About a lucky man who made the grade.
As the closing track on Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, A Day in the Life marked the pinnacle of the Beatles' studio experimentation. Written in 2 contrasting halves, John Lennon's section, inspired by news headlines, and Paul McCartney's, drawn from personal memories, producer George Martin fused them into a seamless whole. A 40-piece orchestra fueled the song's dramatic crescendos, culminating in a piano chord that rang for over 40 seconds. Even a high-frequency tone, audible only to dogs, was hidden as a playful secret. This was more than a song. It was an artistic statement that pushed the boundaries of what recorded music could be. 9. Respect by Aretha Franklin, 1967. Originally penned and recorded by Otis Redding, Respect underwent a radical transformation in Aretha Franklin's hands. She flipped the song's meaning from a man's plea to a bold declaration of female empowerment and dignity. With new vocal arrangements, the unforgettable "Sock It to Me" backing lines, and her now iconic spelling out of the title, Franklin's version became a civil rights and feminist anthem. Her commanding voice and the political weight behind the track elevated it far beyond a chart hit. It became a cultural landmark. 10. Light My Fire by The Doors in 1967.
And you hesitate through, no time to wallow.
Guitarist Robbie Krieger wrote much of Light My Fire, but it was The Doors' collective creativity that made it iconic. Its extended jazz-inspired keyboard solos and daring lyrics pushed rock's boundaries. During a live performance on The Ed Sullivan Show, producers urged Jim Morrison to change the line, "Girl, we couldn't get much higher," due to its drug reference. He refused, singing it anyway, cementing the Doors' rebellious image and earning them a permanent ban from the program. 11. All Along the Watchtower, Jimi Hendrix, 1968. Though written by Bob Dylan, Jimi Hendrix's 1968 rendition of All Along the Watchtower transformed it from folk ballad to electrified masterpiece. Layered guitars, restrained rhythm, and an apocalyptic atmosphere created a sonic experience so powerful that Dylan himself admitted Hendrix had surpassed his original. The track's searing guitar work became a benchmark for psychedelic rock, solidifying Hendrix's legacy as an innovator unafraid to completely reinvent a song. 12. Fortunate Son, Creedence Clearwater Revival, 1969.
And when the man played hail to the chief, pull upon the cannon and shoot.
Released at the height of the Vietnam War, Fortunate Son was a blistering anti-war statement. John Fogerty's snarling vocals,
paired with the band's raw blues rock energy, called out the hypocrisy of powerful elites who sent working-class youth to fight while their own fortunate sons avoided the draft. Its blunt, unapologetic lyrics turned it into a timeless anthem against inequality and exploitation. 13. Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin, 1971.
There's a lady shoe on the
Despite never being released as a single, Stairway to Heaven became one of the most iconic rock anthems of all time. Its progressive, multi-part structure moved from gentle acoustic folk to soaring electric rock, climaxing in a powerful finale. At over 8 minutes long, it defied radio norms, yet became one of the most requested tracks in history. With mystical, abstract lyrics and intricate musicianship, it cemented Led Zeppelin's reputation for unparalleled ambition and creativity. 14. Gimme Shelter by the Rolling Stones, 1969.
Take a shot away, just take a shot away, whoa.
Opening the Let It Bleed album, Gimme Shelter captured the turbulence of a world on edge. Mick Jagger and Keith Richards distilled the chaos of war, violence, and cultural breakdown into a dark, urgent rock masterpiece. Guest vocalist Mary Clayton delivered a searing performance on the line, "It's just a shot away," her voice cracking with raw intensity, an unplanned moment that became unforgettable. The song stood as a chilling soundtrack to the end of the 1960s idealism. 15. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, 1975. Freddie Mercury composed most of Bohemian Rhapsody at his London home, weaving together ballad, opera, and hard rock in a structure with no repeated choruses. Recorded over 3 weeks with more than 180 vocal overdubs, its 6-minute runtime was a commercial gamble that defied conventional wisdom, yet it became a worldwide hit, helped by its pioneering music video. With Brian May's soaring guitar solo, enigmatic lyrics, and dramatic tonal shifts, it remains one of the most audacious and beloved songs in music history. And there you have it. 15 songs that didn't just play on the radio, but rewrote the rules of music itself. Each one is more than just a melody or a lyric. They're time machines, carrying us back to the moments when everything changed. Maybe one of these tracks reminds you of a first love, a road trip, or a turning point in your own life. So, which of these anthems still lives in your heart? Tell us in the comments. Your story might be the spark for our next journey into music history. If you enjoyed traveling through time with us, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss the next deep dive into the songs and stories that shaped generations. Until next time, keep the music alive and let the echoes of the past guide the soundtrack of your future.